I talked a little bit about the two batteries. Let's see if I can take you a look at this one here. There you can get an idea of what the size of that battery looks like. There were 126 cells in there. Each cell weighed a ton. Each cell was about 6 foot tall.
Mind if I go down in there?
You can go down it if you like. Now imagine you didn't have a lot of room when that thing was filled with batteries. DC electrician, which I was, you'd have to come down here and you'd have to water these batteries on a daily basis. You'll see how they were tiered on the side. Sulfuric acid and clothes do not mix, so your uniform would last for about 3 weeks or 4 weeks and it would disintegrate. So one thing is electricians, DC electricians get is we did have an excess of money to buy uniforms. Here you'll see the officer's head and also their shower, and you'll see that they did not have any luxurious showers or anything different than us. We're now in the forward torpedo room. We slept a number of guys up here. You'll see that we have torpedoes off to the side. These were Mark 14 torpedoes, the type that we mainly used. We had both steam-driven torpedoes. We had electric torpedoes. We had a number of torpedoes, but they would get up to 45 miles an hour and it would have a long range. So and these guys were pretty good. Again, you'll see the guys slept on top of them, underneath them. They slept around them. They just slept with them, and they were very good. Now here we've got 6 torpedo tubes, and here you can see the torpedoes in the tube themselves. They were loaded when we went to sea. They were armed and ready to go. And again, we had 2, 4, 6, 12 extra shots in here, plus the 6 that were in there. So we had a pretty good contingency of torpedoes, and we could cause some damage in here. How do you get out of a submarine? And that's an interesting question. And let's assume that we were operating and something happened, and the next thing you know, we've got no power and we're stuck down underneath the water at 350 feet under the water. Well, we've got enough air in the submarine to last for maybe 2 days or 3 days. We might be able to live for 5 days but it would be a pretty miserable way to suffocate when you're in here. We had a number of things that we could do. We had a couple of flare guns that we could send up and indicate where we were. We also had some buoys that we'll show you that we could release. These buoys would go up to 500 feet. They would emulate a sound, and beep, beep, beep. People could pick us up that way. Other than that, we would try a method called blow and go, of which we would practice that continually in New London, Connecticut, or every time we went through Honolulu. And it was possible for us to get out of the submarine at 300 feet by using the blow and go method, and that was with no mask, no respirator or anything. And what you would do basically is, this is an escape hatch. We have 2 in here, and it's designed exactly like an escape hatch in New London and Honolulu. And we would squeeze about 7 guys in there. We would close it, and at that time we'd start flooding the water in, and the water would come up. And as the water was raising in there, the pressure was increasing. And if we were 300 pounds pressure, once we could equal the pressure to the outside, we could then open the hatch. We'd take a big breath, we'd step out, and we would float to the top. Now we would have life jackets on, and we would actually float to the top. The secret was we had to continue to blow, because as you're going up, the air in your lungs expands. If you held your breath, it would get into your blood system and you would have what was called the bends, and it would kill you just like that. So as long as you continued to breathe, you were safe. And it was a weird feeling, but we would go through it time after time and time, and that was called the blow and go method. So we would get out of here. I really wasn't too concerned because I knew I was getting out of here, but unfortunately 53 or 54 submarines in the Second World War, they did not get out. One of the problems in a submarine when it goes down is normally the whole crew goes. You don't lose 10% or 20%. If you're under the water, if one guy is dead, they're all dead because the whole crew goes down, and getting out of here is a little bit difficult, especially if you're depth charged. So let's get out of here and take a look top side, and see what we've got. You can see one of the emergency buoys. We've got a 500-foot of cable on this buoy, and we can release that. There's one forward, there's one aft. We will release those buoys. They would go up, reverse, and hopefully you keep your fingers crossed that somebody could find you that way, okay? The Navy has enough rescue submarines out there that they can get to you pretty fast. They can clamp onto this escape hatch here, and they can basically open it up and get you out. So you just keep your fingers crossed. The only thing that they can't do, like the Thresher and the Scorpion, is they were both in water that was several miles deep, and no vessel can go down that deep. But other than that, she was a beautiful experience. Many of us had our life shaped living on here. I spent 6 years in the Navy. I absolutely loved it. I love my life on the submarines, and we come back to this beautiful lady every year, and it's just fun. I'm 76 right now, but it's fun to be a kid in my 20s again. Like, I see a lot of my old ship. So enjoyed giving you this tour.